Roger that. I'll give it a try.
The team east of the temple is in bad shape. Some woman is sending up some major fireworks.
That is an understatement.
At this rate, they'll be forced to withdraw.
That'll happen after you take out the second... No, after the first radiator, first and third squads will be pulled out, and then after the second radiator is when Silvaria will show back up.
I understand. We'll try to hold our ground here. All right. Let's slow that behemoth down with as much rubble as we can throw in front of it.
Listen closely. This information could save your life.
I've already done it, so it's already, I don't know what about saving your life is. Slowing the Batomys. Yes, take your lancers and shoot the big blue things. We've already done this. Yada yada. Alright. Sometimes the rear of that fires towards me, sometimes it doesn't. We're definitely in its range now, but we're not. Our weak point isn't there, so it's not that big of a deal. And what are you trying to do? What is your point, sneaking your way down there? And then there's Rosie. What was your point? Alright, that ended up pretty good. I'm okay with this. Next turn, we'll take 1 point and move Rosie back to the trench she needs to be at. Okay, actually pretty good setup so far. How many? We got 1, 2, 3, 4... Let's see. I don't know if I trust having her out like that, but then having her out like that, yeah, I'll put her in. Literally just for the sake of playing it safe. I sometimes use her again later on, but for now we'll just stuff her behind this corner so that she is definitely safe. And same with the Rosie. We'll take, even though it's not really necessary this turn per se. Let's see how the rest of this goes. But as always, save. Always save your game. Very, very often, especially for this mission. So,
entering combat.
let's take out definitely taking out the rear cannon at a minimum. Alright. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to think 3 stages ahead where I actually have, trying to think ahead is what I'm trying to do here, because the problem is that with every successive turn, your tank can then travel less and less distance. It's not a real rush, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save right now, and I'm going to then take out this rear cannon, and then I'm going to back up. Because I don't think distance has any real meaning on it. When that rear cannon fires on your tank, it's going to tell you, oh, we're under severe fire, even though the rear tank cannon doesn't really do all that super bad damage. I'm going to move the engineer forward to the rear of the tank after that.
Entering combat.
Just to ensure that nothing weird happens.
Fire!
Okay.
You're doing well. Just keep it up.
Controls are backwards right now. It's funny, it's backwards except for I push forward and it goes back now. It's hit or miss whether or not it actually works properly or not. I don't know. It's weird how the controls are in this game. Okay, so from here, your rear is definitely protected. You're far enough back that it's not that big of a deal. You are within range of that rear cannon. However, it's not the worst thing that's ever happened. In my experience, he only shoots you once, and then Welkin will scream out, "Oh my God, we're under severe fire!" Even though it only really didn't take that much off. I mean, medium tanks do about as much damage in my experience. But again, this game goes to no lengths to surprise you from time to time. So, what we will do is we can end here now. And then we're going to take Nadine and bring her right behind the tank. And right now they can actually move about the tank now safely without worrying about it because there's no cannons on the side of it other than the main 2 cannons. There we go. So just move her behind this tank so that that main cannon and or like I guess you would call it the secondary cannon has no angle on her whatsoever. That is important. And there's nothing else for her to do, really, so. And we are in good shape right now. Not 100% necessary, but I'm going to bring in another scout. I sometimes run with another scout, I sometimes don't. It's hit or miss. You have enough command points later on that no matter what you do, you'll have enough. It's not a big worry right now. And I believe that is all for this round. Those 2 are safe. She is safe for right now. This next turn, the tank is going to shoot main front cannon to this piece right here, and then the exhausters are going to pop out. And from there, we can continue forward with what we need to do. Yeah, so I believe that's it. So we're gonna save. All right, so let him have it. I don't think there's much else that can really be done now. I don't think so. No. There's no one else. There's no other enemies on the field. Who are you ordering? There's nobody left on the field. I just said that.
Annihilate our enemies.
Oh, Maxie.
Fire!
Boosh. That is definitely a serious front cannon.
That main cannon is lethal. There must be a way to stop that thing.
Don't worry, we'll get there.
Welks, look at that.
What are those? They're sticking up out of the top of the tank.
They're radiators, heat sinks for dissipating the temperature of the Ragnite fuel cell. They must be using them to cool the cannon after firing it. Welks, if we destroy them, it could greatly upset the tank's function and stability.
All right, let's try it. We just need to get to those radiators after the cannon fires.
They're positioned atop the tank, so ground units will need to climb the ladders.
Okay, we've got to take out the guns and get troops onto that tank.
Oh, he's not going to shoot at me. That's actually weird. I'm not going to argue. Most definitely not going to argue one bit at all. Okay, so we can definitely take out all the one, two. Yeah, we definitely can take out all the cannons on this thing now. Now the only trick though, and the thing you got to take into consideration though, is that if your tank, the Edelweiss here, is pointing this way, after the second radiator is destroyed, Silvaria and her scout and her troop of team, which has a little bit of everything in it, is all going to be right about here-ish. And what's going to happen then is there's a Lancer amongst that crew. And if he's got Prime on the rear of your tank, he is an insane sniper. From across the map, he's taken out my tank so many times, it's ridiculous. So that's definitely something you want to take into consideration. So you do not want to have your rear of your tank pointing back towards that ridge when she shows up. Right now, we're going to be taking out the cannons. Then we're going to have the engineer take out the... I'll show you in a second here. You're going to want to take out the... You're going to want to take out the radiator that's on the side that still has cannons. And the reason for that is so that you take out this side first. Then Alicia, once he moves forward, turns, and then eventually will shoot this. That pops up these radiators again. Alicia comes forward, grabs this rear radiator, and then you duck Alicia around to this little nook right here. And so that this is the last remaining radiator, so that by the time he shoots, he'll already come through, run through the camp, turn, and then face this way, shoot this wall. Rosie will be right here, right next to that said radiator. And that's the easiest, most effective way to do it. So because that way, by that time, Salvaria and her unit will have come down to this vicinity, give or take. So by that point in time, you're going to want to have your tank back here up against this trench with the rear facing back this way. And that is the plan in theory. I've seen weird things happen. Again, you never know with this game. It always goes out of its way to surprise you from time to time. All right, that's good.
Here we go.
Do I get risky? And I'm getting risky here. Watch, this will be the time that it'll miss. Good. There we go.
You're doing well. Just keep it up.
Don't get careless. They could be anywhere.
Imperial tank approaching.
Trying to get like this and back a little ways, as far back as you can get.
We'll be there in a minute. Hold on till then.
Sucks when I can't see where I'm going. Nope, didn't say to turn, didn't say to turn. There we go. That's as far back as you can really hope to get. From here, that front cannon shouldn't be able to shoot you any far forward from this point as relation to this tank. It has shot me before, even though it doesn't have mechanically speaking. All right, can we just stop shooting me for a second? Logically speaking, as what you just saw from that cannon, the arc radius it has, there's no way it could have possibly shoot me any far forward, but it has in the past, and it's like total ridiculous nonsense when you see it happen. So let us end the current action, and then let us save. And alright, let us go back in there and tear it up some more. Alright, good. That's good. And then let's see if we can take it out the one last time. Boom! No more cannons or turret guns to really, you know, spoil the party. So that is good. And that cannot enters for the trench behind me. Not important. At this point in time, the tank will move forward a wee bit and turn. And in my experience, the rear turret cannon may fire at me. It may not. I do not know. Again, it's hit or miss to whether or not it does what I think it will. So unpredictable sometimes, but nonetheless.
We aren't sure the
Climb her up there, switch to yo grenades, and give it a piece of your mind. And another thing, I've seen in the past doing this mission enough times that sometimes you'll throw a grenade down there and it just won't count towards like destroying whatever the hell is down there. The key is that if you're way up here, wait till you pull it back towards you until all of a sudden the camera ducks way down. You see, watch, I'm pushed all the way out, I pull back in, all of a sudden it just, boom, hits down. That's where you want to hit.
That leaves 2 radiators. Keep it up, Sevens.
And at this point in time, he'll get informed from Captain Virat that...
Lieutenant, Squads 1 and 3 have suffered heavy losses out east. I'm pulling them out.
Which means Silvaria is on her way right now.
Welcome. It's me, Valdio. I'm sorry, but we couldn't do a thing against her. She had a spiral lance and shield. They were the arms of a Valkyria, Welkin.
Oh no! It is getting serious.
It's likely her unit will be arriving there soon as backup. Do not, I repeat, do not engage her. Now hurry up and stop that tank.
Understood. We need those radiators out now, Sevens.
Alright, now get her off there and over to the freaking
Hurry it up. They won't wait for us.
down in here. Oh, just enough.
I don't like their attitude.
And again, everything else is set and should be okay. I don't see anything else. You never know. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if this thing would try to take a shot at her just to be weird. Even though there's no real point in it. You never know, though, so... And again, I've been saving a lot, but I haven't needed any saves. So far this mission. So far it's going pretty much as I remember it. Because as of right now, there's nothing else you can really do to the tank until it fires again. Yep, it's gonna fire on you.
Fire!
Extensive fire! Even though it'll only do like 500 damage, it's not that bad. I've seen about as much from a medium tank. And again, for what I said about, you don't have to worry about command points. What else is there for me to do? Like, I think one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get Rosie out of here. Back into the trench that she needs to be in. That's already down, so we're good. Back into this trench. That's all she needs to do there. I'm going to move my tank over to where Nadine is, and I'm going to have her, heal it. Repair it. I don't know. But at this point in time, we're pretty much set to go here.
We don't know what that thing's got. Be careful. Clear a path. Man, I'm gonna sleep for a week when this is over.
And yeah, I'm trying to get the tank as far back as possible.
They're headed that way. Please follow.
And you definitely want to kink it this way so as the rear is not facing towards there. That upper ridge is on the left side of this building is where Silvaria's team is going to be. And there's one Lancer that is notorious for being able to shoot from up there down here and hit this little tiny thingamabobber on the rear of your tank. It's absurd. But I've seen it happen.
On my way.
And again, with her, you're just going to want to put her right behind the tank. For right now, I'm more worried about her getting hit by a stray bullet from Max's tank, so I'm going to put her here. Eventually, she'll go behind the tank as well to prevent from... I'll keep her here for now. But what I'll do is, right now, I will have her fix this thing up. And then we should be good. She's blocked by the turret and the tank itself to Max's tank, and there's nothing else that really can be done at this exact microsecond. I don't believe so. And as you can see, my command point bar is half full. By the time I get to do what I need to do, it'll be completely full. You know, as a matter of fact, since I'm right here right now, I might as well just put her into cover before I forget, which I have done before. There. There. That's about all really can be done for now. It's a very long and tedious mission, and if you get behind the 8-ball early, it just whips. It'll cream you. So, save. And that's all that can be done. Yeah, they're in cover, he's in cover, she's down in the trench. Nadine's up there, she's still in the trench. Haven't even moved her yet. She will be getting the rear and then ducking over here, and that's about all there is to that, really. After this next turn, I may move Nadine back here with her. I've done that. I've kept her back here. The thing with Silvaria is if she'll come down here and over to about here, and anything that's in her path she'll shoot at. So, the thing with... if she gets an angle on any of your troops, she'll tear through them. It's bad. So if I keep Nadine back here, I'll definitely keep her back behind this tank in this trench. Maybe even duck her back to this trench and into the little cave here. I can't remember how far into it you can go, but definitely out of sight. For all the troops that are out of sight, all the rest of the troops that Silvaria and herself bring, completely ignore. They all come down to about here and start hanging out, which we'll deal with them when we get to them. But yeah, we're pretty good.
Heed my words and no victory.
Alright, come on, Maxie. Get with the program. You've got no units left. We already took care of them.
Our enemies.
Oh my word. Okay, you gave attack power to nobody. And again, that's all there is to that. I think it's the next mission that, or the next turn, he'll move forward, kink it slightly, and then he may shoot at me, he may not. I do not know. But nonetheless, let us get this party started. Let's really take this party up a notch by inviting Silvaria.
They're headed that way. Please follow.
Alright, so I get into it, and then as soon as this thing, boom, ducks down, and there it goes, and here she is.
Lord Maximilian.
And one thing I want to point out is, I don't know how this lance is what Faldio called it. I don't know how it's comfortable. Look at the handle on that thing. You're going to have to constantly kink your wrist off at a weird angle. I never quite understood it.
Smite our foes. Scalia! Claim her!
Look at how you gotta hold your wrist to hold that lance. That's gotta be uncomfortable. Again, many observations I have